Aloha Big Wave Trading family. I have quite a few signals once again, but they're all of quote high quality. There's a total of 5 signals, but really there was 7, but 2 of them are extended. They're ad signals. It's not the highest priority for me right now. I'm fully invested, have very little cash. It's only like a little over 1% of my capital available to put into the new long position. So let's just go over the ones that I'm definitely going long, ignoring CY80 is an ad signal and CDNA is an ad signal, but they're very extended, very speculative ad signals. We're talking about 0.25% of my account capital ad signals, so I'm just going to bypass on them. It'd be 1% each for being in my low price perfect speculator scans, half that because they're ad signals, 0.5% each, and then half it because they're both extended, 0.25%. So that's where I came up with that capital allocation there, but just ignore it. Forget about those two. Let's start it off with the first high quality long position, GDEN. GDEN is a former CanSlim quality stock, maybe a future CanSlim quality stock based on the way it looks and trades and what industry it's in, but it was also in my perfect speculator low price scan that just doesn't look for any volume requirements. So because it's a low price perfect speculator scan, 1%, and because it used to be CanSlim quality, this chart still looks good, 1%. 2% of my total account capital in the GDEN. Limit order, the high of the day, since it's not extended, 24.23. We have a bullish, basically hammer reversal, candle over candle price bar and above average volume. Even though BOP is basically, even with the session before, the RSI and MACD indicator is confirming. So 24.23. First cut loss, 23.58. My personal final cut loss, 22.87. If you don't want to use half here and instead want to put all of them right there, you're more than welcome. Hold on, my phone's ringing, everyone. Okay, back at 'em. Forgot what I said last, but 24.23, the high of the day. First cut loss, maybe your final cut loss. I think that's what I was saying earlier. 23.58, my final cut loss, 22.87. Half here, half there. The next new long position, SPPI. This one was flagged in my perfect speculator low price scan. You can see longer term chart going back to the beginning of the year. Very bullish, big uptrend. And coming in more short term, you can see it's pulled back, lighter volume on the pullback, candle over candle price bar, full body candle over candle, heavier volume than the day before. MACD RSI indicators confirming. SPPI was also in my max green BOP for the past 5 days scan, so it gets a little bit extra there. So 1% for perfect speculator, 1% for the max green BOP scan. However, it's a little extended from the 20-day moving average, so we got a half it, so it's a 1% new long signal. Limit order at the close, 13.94, and your only recommended cut loss is 13.19. Now, like I said, I'm taking smaller positions, so my first cut loss will be 13.19, and I'm going to put a final stop at 11.37. I do not plan on 11.37 coming into play. So if 11.37 comes into play, that means that the stock has taken a nasty fall immediately, and that's not good. So if this first cut loss level is violated, 13.19, and on an end-of-day basis it doesn't touch 11.37 yet, depending on how this level fails, I'm either moving up all of my stops or half of my stops. But no matter what, 13.19 should be your final cut loss if you decide to play a speculative extended stock like this. The only reason why it's not completely speculative is because it's a perfect speculator scan quality stock. But just because a stock is perfect speculator scan quality stock doesn't mean it can't fail. Look at PERS, PIRS. I went long right here or here. I don't know where the hell I went long. I think right here. I went long right here. Started to work, rolling over. That can happen on anything, no matter what the price is. So keep all of that in mind. So SPPPI, 1%, 13.94. First cut loss, 13.19. My personal final cut loss, 11.37. Then HDP. HDP, perfect speculator scan quality stock. Pocket pivot point signal. Bullish, engulfing, hammer, reversal, candle over candle price bar on that heavier volume and pocket pivot point signal. BOP exploding to the green level. MACD RSI confirming the curl. HDP was in my low price perfect speculator scan, so that's why it's definitely a new long. But it was also confirmed in my price volume BOP surge scan. So 1% for perfect speculator, 1% for price volume BOP surge, 2% total long position, limit going long, limit order, high of the day, not extended, 17.15. First and only cut loss level maybe for everyone, 15.97. It hits 15.96, 1 cent below the low here. I'm going to be out of half. Now, you should be out of all, but me, like I said, I can't get a full position, so I won't even have 0.5% of my capital put into this. Maybe that'll be about it. I'll probably get 0.5% of my capital actually into HDP. So, first cut loss level, emergency cut loss level for me, 1385. It should not hit 1385. If it hits 1384 in the day one and I'm out, that's the only way it'll come into play. But if HDP loses its 1597 low, I'll start moving all or half of my stops up like I always do. You may also want to use this level right here, 1620. If it hits 1619, you're out of half. If it hits 1596, you're out of all. So it's up to you. But me, 1597, 1596, 1385, 1384, I'll be out of all if all hell breaks loose. And then the best signal overall, does it mean it's going to work? Let me make that very clear. It's the best signal overall because prices almost touching the 20, but not quite. But still, that 20-day moving average is at least cutting through the support lows. You see how it cuts through this price bar? So it's at least higher than my first cut loss level, which means it's not too quote extended. But you'll see it's touching the 5, 10, 20 is right there. The 50-day moving average is right there. The nice symmetry to the previous uptrend is there. The nice flat ascending like base pattern is there. Former CanSlim quality stock, not currently a CanSlim quality stock, has the earnings per share and sales growth that if it has one more strong quarter will become a CanSlim quality stock again. It's also in 2 of my perfect speculator scans. So it should be a total 3% new long position. It's an add signal 1.5%. It's extended 0.75%. Limit order 46.57 for this add signal. First cut loss 44.06, and then my recommended final cut loss for everyone's 41.74, but I will be using the ultimate low here, 40.93, where my current final sell stop is on my initial WTW position. So 46.57, 44.06, 41.74, or if you're like me, 40.93 if you can't get a full position, want to give it room to work. And the final add signal, NTEC. NTEC, low price perfect speculator scan stock. So low price perfect speculator scan stock. That's what I thought. And then it was in my green bop for the past 20 days scan, and it was in my max green bop for the past 5 days scan. Pulled back, below average volume on the pullback, even though it's a little heavier than I would have liked to see compared to the previous uptrend, but it's still below average. Starting to flatten out, short-term higher lows, candle over candle price bar with that intraday reversal, heavier volume. Like I said, it's both of my BOP scans. I want to get long, add to my position in NTEC. Limit order, 855, so it's not extended. First and only cut loss level for everyone that everyone should obey, 825. It hits 820, you're gone. Now me, NTEC, I went long back here, I think, and as you can see, it cut through the support low. So in the first initial long signal, it should be a full sell, right? But I couldn't get a full position, so I gave it room to work all the way back to 745. That's obviously still holding, so I'm still long. So for me, that remains true for now. Going to add to my NTEC position 855. First cut loss, move below 825, and my current final cut loss, the 2 support lows on 914 and 915, 745. It hits 740, I'll be out. Now once again, this level fails, I'll be moving half or all of my sell stops up depending on if it does it on heavier volume, lower volume, loses max green bop, loses green bop. It's a kind of a fluid situation, but everyone, if you're going to take this long, 855 limit order, move below 825, you're out. Now, 1% for each of those scans, perfect speculator, bop and bop, half it as an add signal, 1.5%. If I had 1.5% of my capital put in this stock, I probably still would not do that. If I did, I would cut my loss on 3/4 of the position with the failure of this low and only keep a quarter on. But with it being such a reduced position, those 2 stops will remain live. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the chat room during the pre-market on Tuesday. Time to go watch the football game. Aloha.